What's up, class? As Coach said, I'm Mr. Garner. Go to Tennessee Tech. Want my get a degree in physical education so I can teach either lifetime wellness or teach PE. PE is probably your favorite subject. I don't know. It was mine when I was growing up. Good that you like it too. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go over major stimulants. I have some interactive notes for you guys, so you don't have to take notes the whole time. They're kind of more question based, so I don't know, it's kind of fill in the blank kind of thing.
All right, so when you get your paper, read your questions so that when the answer comes up, you'll be able to recognize where to put it.
So, the papers are a little heavy on that side, so if you get to the end, just pass it to my left, your right. And if there's extras, you can just set it on the desk. It's a designated trash area, as you can see the cups there. So, no.
Designated trash area.
Yeah, designated trash area. Yeah. Yeah. And before we begin,
I got settled.
Yeah.
Everybody got a paper.
Yeah, before we begin, I don't have as many copies as I intended to. It's the 4 people around you, or just people around you. You don't have to change your desk or anything. Just give it them, and basically it's substances and street names. So just circle the ones that you know, and then we'll go over it and see what it looks like from there. So just U4, 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 kind of go from there. U3, 4, whatever happens. Kind of talk amongst yourselves, You're welcome to open group discussion, you don't have to be silent. Do the select activity. So then U3 or 4. Give about 3 minutes or so to do that. Go from there.
Oh, Sam, right?
That's what I was doing to him. One time I didn't do some of my questions, my PowerPoint, I was having to try to remember some stuff. The 80 and the 90, that was like such a good trying to. I just bring it outside. How do we got 30 in the stuff, right? Yeah, probably 33 today.
Hey, just circle your street names.
I just get the people coming.
This is getting done. Yeah, most likely.
For whatever reason, they're saying that it wasn't like.
What if you can charge it? Wow.
It wasn't.
I can try with that up. Yeah.
Because I have keynote.
I must have seen it in a file. I usually don't email them.
Everything in another minute or so. We'll take full fun activity. Some interaction. What do you do to settle down? Just kind of.
Am I using it? No, that's fine.
Hey, we got about 45 more seconds or so. Start wrapping up what you guys got. Discussing.
We need to watch Giants one day. Then the peer reviews going.
I have no idea.
Okay. I grew up during that time period.
Portfolio?
I grew up during that time period. It wasn't like that.
didn't know we were doing one for her. Probably.
That's some
I think you just do it yourself. Let's see. Well, just while he's out here doing this, just in case.
Hey, class, it's not. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're just gonna go over it. Pretty funny. And there's like street names. I guess you can just kind of state this group here. Just state which one you thought was the funniest and the one you thought was just kind of the weirdest. I don't know.
I liked, for LSD, it was yin yang dots.
Yin yang dots.
Or there's a comment between those. It's just yin yang dots. But yeah, those.
Yeah, those are a little wild. Those are a little crazy. What about this next group here?
Kibbles.
Kibbles.
and bits.
What's that for? Which street name? Which drug?
For cocaine.
For cocaine? Okay. Yeah. Weird, man. I don't know where people come up with these names. And what about this group in the back over here?
Girl or cocaine.
Girl?
That was pretty interesting.
Girl for cocaine? Yeah, it's kind of weird, you know? So like every time somebody calls you girl or something like that, he's calling you cocaine in a street name. It's kind of odd. White girl. Oh, white girl here. Yeah. What about here, right here? This group here. What was it? Satan Seeker? For which one? Inhalants? Yeah, man, that's kind of weird, man. Satan Seeker. It's kind of an odd one. What about this next one? What you guys come up with?
Always like the sweet stuff.
Sweet stuff? Yeah. Sweet stuff, so like Little Debbie's or something. Yeah. What about right here? This group? Xavier? He just did one big long circle. Reefer? Okay. And that's under which one? Marijuana? Okay. And is this group separate from Xavier's group? You guys with Xavier? You don't play then? What was it? Snowman for LSD. Just straight up. What about you three back there, the trio? Pink robots, yeah, it's kind of odd, huh? Yeah, not sure why it is. But those are some street names, but we're just mainly going to focus on the major stimulants today, so we'll figure out which ones those are. I had this clicker, but I don't know, I kind of like that arrow there. Alright, so our objectives today are accurately identify 4 major types of stimulants, what a stimulant does to your body while intoxicated, describe what major stimulants does to the body, and identify short-term and long-term effects of the use of major stimulants. So buckle up, you're in for a treat. Alright, stimulant is a drug that speeds up activities of the central nervous system. We're going to pay attention to that. I believe that's number 1 here. Stimulants increase heart rate, blood pressure, breathing rate, and alertness. Some stimulants are used to treat a variety of disorders such as sleep disorder and ADHD. So like some stimulants, as Mr. Colton was talking about earlier, they're actually being used for a positive note, and if you have a disorder such as sleeping or sleeping in class, like you just can't stay awake, a stimulant would be great for you to help you stay awake, or ADHD or ADD for some students that are hard to have rapid movements or can't focus. So sometimes stimulants are actually beneficial, but for the most part, for that. So everybody got this going on? Pretty good? Just try the click button. It's cool. Alright, cocaine. The white girl, man. Yeah. Cocaine comes from cocoa leaves, which grows in South America. Many of the growers of cocaine are grown from peasant families of the South American culture. So it's kind of odd that like peasants are actually growing this stuff, and it's like worth so much money in the black market. You know, it's kind of wild that the poor population is actually growing this. The leaves are processed into fine white powder that is snorted through the nose, liquefied, or an injection. Cocaine is a powerful, short-acting stimulant that gives a surge of self-confidence, euphoria. What euphoria is just like kind of like what Mr. Colton was feeling. That what was it, Mr. Colton, that you kept saying? That good feeling. It had parentheses around it.
The reward pathway.
The award pathway. That's basically what euphoria is. The award pathway, or good feelings of feeling good. Okay, sometimes cocaine is converted into a concentrated form known as crack. This method is actually called freebasing. So it's like done in like a special lab where they take the original cocaine and make it like 10 times stronger. So, one of these. I like to move. Okay. Crack cocaine. Crack cocaine is known as a freebase cocaine. Its effects are 10 times greater than cocaine. Its effects can be fatal with one use and extremely addictive. Actually, when crack cocaine, it's actually, you smoke crack cocaine and it enters the body within like 8 seconds. So it's just as fast as like nicotine or, and even faster than, didn't you say?
Yeah, mainline and heroin.
Yeah, heroin. So, so crack cocaine is pretty hard stuff and you need to avoid it. And it's really bad for you. And yeah, so that's good. That's why you avoid it, because if you're chasing it, you end up getting bad, becoming poor, spending all your money on drugs. You don't want to do that. yeah. Just like that. Yeah. That's how it's going to go on. All right, amphetamines. Amphetamines are highly addictive. Users like to stay alert, improve athletic performance, or to lose weight. Amphetamines actually help improve athletic performance because your central nervous system is sped up, which allows you to have quicker reactions, like if you were playing baseball or any type of sport that involves real quick, you got to make reaction time. So, and that's why people take amphetamines. It's easy to develop a tolerance, so therefore you have to take more and more, and it makes you feel like you have a better sense of well-being. It makes you feel confident, boost of energy. So, so you develop a tolerance really fast. Kind of like in caffeine, how you drink it, a couple milligrams at a time, 200, then 300, then 400. Same with this. You're going to take one pill, the next pill, or smoke however you intake amphetamines. However, certain types of amphetamines can be used to diagnose ADHD, as we discussed earlier, and the patient increasing the low dose of dopamine in the diagnosed patient. So basically, ADHD users and ADD, they don't develop the neurotransmitter dopamine in their bodies as well as normal kids. So therefore, it acts as that, and it sends it to your body, and it helps. Am I right, Coach?
Yeah.
Methamphetamine. Methamphetamine is a stimulant related to amphetamines, but even more powerful. This is normally referred to meth, frank, crystal, and a new up-to-date version of what they're calling this now is called ice. The drug is made in illegal laboratories called meth labs. We were talking earlier, Coach and I, and what was it? There's a meth user in the car or something, or that little story you shared with me.
Oh, about finding the meth labs?
Yeah, about finding the meth labs.
Yeah. We've found meth labs, portable meth labs, discarded, thrown out of cars, on our campus, out on a cross-country course, back in the woods. Kids found a meth lab. They call it the meth woods.
Meth woods, yeah.
And if they see anybody down there, they call him Meth Man. But anyway, they're all over. The one thing that's really, it was hard for me to believe, this was 5 or 6 years ago. The sheriff's deputy told us that there was only one hotel in Cookville that they had not busted a meth lab in.
Yeah. So don't stay in hotels in Cookville, I guess. Be right next to a meth lab. Yeah. So it's pretty dangerous to be around those. Those can explode at any point, causing huge fires or any type of destruction that's going to happen. So yeah, and the use of this, use a rush or a type of high that's way more powerful than amphetamines. And most best users become paranoid and psychotic, and they think like people are watching them, or maybe the trees are talking to them. Just any type of paranoia or anxiety type feelings. At least a psychotic behavior. Short-term side effects. So short-term side effects. Side effects happen after abusing the drugs, just after a couple times. So these side effects include restlessness, rapid speech, blurred vision, dizziness, increased respiration, elevated seizures, mist of common there, stroke, sleep disorders, loss of appetite, increased heart rate, nausea, and headache. Kind of like Mr. Colton's story. You know how he took a dip and he got real nauseated through his tobacco. Same with this. This stuff causes you to be nauseated, and probably on a more intense level than Mr. Colton's experience. I'm not sure. I'm not Mr. Colton, but I'm sure it's pretty awful. Okay, you guys got number 10, or yeah, I believe that's what it is. All right, long-term side effects: irregular heart rate, liver damage, paranoia, anxiety, psychotic behaviors we were talking about with the use of methamphetamines, memory loss, aggression, brain damage, heart damage, depression, paranoia, weight loss, cardiovascular failure, and liver damage. So all these side effects and short-term or long-term side effects, Shakes would be like, man, why would I ever want to use these type of stimulants just to get high if I'm going to take the risk of having anxiety or psychotic behavior and being violent? So it really makes you think for a little while, and it makes you think, before you put this drug inside your guys' bodies, what it's actually doing to your brain and your liver and your heart, your blood pressure. So I don't know, just a little, critically think about the decisions you make before you make them. So, boom. There's the references. I don't know if this is your book, Glencoe Health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that right there. All right, so we're going to go over a little worksheet here, the stimulant interactive notes. My man right here, can you tell me what number 1 was? Stimulants, so number 1, could you read it for me?
The drug that speeds up activity of the central nervous system.
Okay, so did everybody get stimulant on it? Raise your hands, thumbs up, head nod. Okay, great, very good. Number 2.
Stimulus increases what kind of bodily functions, reaction time?
Does anybody have that? Reaction time? Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, I guess it does increase. Is that what everybody got, was reaction time, or did anybody get anything different?
Heart rate.
Heart rate, yeah. Girl on the back and the far right.
I got heart rate, blood pressure, breathing rate, and our livers.
Man, you got a couple of them. Did you have the exact same as her? Okay. And my man right here, can you do number 3 for me? Cocaine? Yeah. What did the sentence say? Yeah, you're good, bro.
What comes from cocoa beans, which grows in South America?
Yeah, cocaine. So like I said, and then the peasants grow these, correct? Yeah, okay, excellent. Right here, bro. Number 4.
Sometimes the famous variants of concentrated hormones crack that is called freebasing.
Called freebasing, so that's when they take cocaine and make it into crack. Okay, you right here in the middle, in the blonde curly hair.
What is known as a freebase cocaine, and its effects are 10 times greater than cocaine. Its effects can be fatal with one use, extremely addictive. Crack cocaine.
Crack cocaine, excellent, very good. And my boy right here in the blue Hollister shirt.
Number 11, huh?
Nah, man, almost. I think it's number 6. Yeah.
Amphetamines.
Amphetamines, okay. So amphetamines are what?
A drug that results in feeling increased well-being and high energy.
Yeah, high energy, makes you feel like a man, makes you feel overconfident. Yeah. Okay, right here in the back, the hair is weighted. Yeah.
Certain types of amphetamines are used to diagnose what type of disorder to help benefit the patient, increasing the low dose of the dopamine, ADHD.
ADHD, ADD, or sleep disorders. Yeah, yeah. And right here next to her.
A stimulant was amphetamines, but even more powerful methamphetamines.
Methamphetamines? Yeah, that's correct. Very good. Xavier, my main man, dude.
Most
Drug-
people end up with what side effects due to the brain damage? Crack.
Right? Now, I don't know, right here, Wandy. No. Paranoid and psychotic, okay. And Texas back there, Texas shirt, man, what you got on the next one?
Lists 5 short-term side effects of using stimulants. Restlessness, rapid speech, blurred vision, dizziness, and stroke.
Okay, cool, man, very good. And how about strike fear, get stuck, man, that's how you gotta do it, right? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Number 11?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead for number 11.
I put down anxiety, psychotic, paranoid, depression.
Okay, very good. And did we miss one? I think we may have missed a couple. Raise a hand. Who knows where we're at? We at number 9? We are on the last one. All right, what about the short term? You done?
No, we done.
Okay. All right. So now we've got a fun little video. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's about side effects of and like testimonies of people that have used these drugs, and you guys should consider their testimony and be like, man, maybe I shouldn't use those types of drugs.
They didn't talk in this room. You are wrong.
It's
My hand is huge. No, I'm good. I might just shut it off for a video.
On yours, me and him swapping, so like and my
I was
turn that light on back there.
Actually, I need my
All right, here we go, guys. Three tests.
The tree was watching. He was watching. And I became so frightened of these people in the trees watching me. And after I did that large shot of speed, I grabbed a baseball bat and I went outside and I started screaming at him.
None of my friends wanted to be around with me, except the people that I did tweet with or whatever. Everyone else was just like, oh, you're a low-life loser, don't have a life, you don't care about anything but going home and cutting up a rail and doing it.
You feel like you could run around the block 10 times and then do it 10 more times after that.
So you get some speed and you just like, you tweak and it's just like, you just keep on it, you know, you're on it for like days, you know, you're just tweaking the whole time, you're always up and you don't go to sleep.
Crystal meth is not a very nice thing. It's got you jumping off the walls, seeing things, you know, you don't eat, you don't bathe, you know, because crystal meth got you hyped up.
I lost
lot of weight, probably close to like 50 pounds within just a period of like 5 months. Cheeks definitely were starting to sink in.
Talk all night and, you know, dance all night if that's what you want to do, and just whatever you want to do, you can do it, but you think you can do it 10 times better, you know?
The whole feeling of being out of reality is just the best feeling there is. But that feeling only lasts for a certain amount of hours before you start to come down and really feel like you're nothing. Because especially on Crystal, you just feel like you're just the biggest loser, and all you want to do is just curl up and cry. You've lost your friends, your family doesn't really even care about you anymore because you haven't shown them the best year that you even care what they think about anything.
They can't relate to you anymore. But who could relate to you? And you put them second. You put everyone second, even the people you love. And they're wondering, what happened to my little boy? Why is he acting this way? And they can't figure it out. You go on until one day they can't take you anymore. They throw you out to the streets.
It's always bumming money. Just because I spent all my money on drugs and stuff like that. So, but I don't know. Well, people got tired of having me around.
And that's when you have to go live with your meth friends. Usually in some trailer, some cheap apartment, and some sort of something like that.
This is what a typical bus looks like. See the protective clothing, there's some danger chemicals that are in there.
Meth is an epidemic. And the reason it is an epidemic is the dangers associated. One is it's very addictive. The other is obviously how it's made, the dangers associated with making methamphetamine, the different type of laboratories, small consumer mom and pop labs. We used to call them that, small toxic labs, where they make 1 ounce or 2 ounces, small amounts of methamphetamine at a time, versus the super labs that are, in Mexico and California, where they produce anywhere from 10 to 100 pounds of methamphetamine at a time. Each time they cook, they produce a certain amount of toxic waste. This is toxic waste. And they don't care where they dump it. They dump it in the backyard, they'll dump it in a river stream. We had one incident where they were dumping it down a well, contaminated a whole neighborhood water supply. And it's just the dangers of cooking, what's left behind, the environmental dangers, and again, the addictiveness, what people do under the influence of the drug, what they will do to get the drug. So there's so many dangers associated with methamphetamine.
I've been clean now for a month and a half from it, which isn't a long time compared to the 1.5 years that I did use it.
I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get out because it made me miserable. It made me miserable every day.
For me, I know that I can't do it again. I know to where I was when I stopped. And I kept going another 2 months or even another week. I never know. I could have very well been dead.
Methamphetamine is, it's an amphetamine, and it's got methyl group attached to it, which gives it better absorption. It helps it get to the brain. And I think some of the names it has, speed and crank, are there because it does get the brain whirring. Okay, the crystal and ice is mainly because of the shape when it's made. But the drug is very, very dangerous because it goes straight to the brain. It's scary to see. And this drug does it automatically. The second you take it, the second it goes to the brain, it's going to change the brain. And every time it's going to change the brain.
You're just moody and I couldn't think rationally in that situation, how to handle. So I attacked somebody in the library and in front of everyone.
When you come off of it, you just want to die. You would want to die. Sometimes you end up killing yourself. These drugs aren't fun. They're not fun.
people that do crystal meth a lot of times have meth sores, either on their faces, bull burns on their lips, they'll like get blisters and stuff. Your eyes get really sunken in and swollen, red, bloodshot.
You don't see it. Other people start to see it. Other people start to see it in your skin. Your skin looks different. You know, you start smelling different. Your teeth, your gums start bleeding.
I didn't like looking at myself. I know that I'd be up for 3 or 4 days at a time sometimes. And you look in the mirror when you're wearing a tank top and your shoulders would be all like little and cute and you're just like, yeah. And then like you look at your eyes and you just look at your whole face just sunken in. It just changes your whole view on everything. Like you just go, God, what kind of a piece of crap am I? That like you're just sweaty and greasy and it's just gross.
The kids we see mostly are nomadic youth. They're on the streets. They don't have a place to go to. They don't have anyone to take care of them. We've seen things ranging from no front teeth after 2 or 3 months out on the streets because of fights, because there's no food out there and nutrition problems. And you don't really think about that when you're out on the streets, that you're not going to have access to food or healthy food and that you're going to start losing your teeth. You don't think that you're going to be getting gangrene or foot rot in the U.S. And we see kids who experience those things being out in the streets. So it's a wide range of health issues that we see here.
I had nowhere to go. So you go and stay with people here and there, but you know, no one wants you to stay anywhere because really, you're not functional enough to work a job all the time. So you go on the streets. Well, you don't have anywhere to sleep, so you try not to sleep. And so the only way you know of doing that is the same reason why you're out there. Is because you're doing more meth, do more meth, do more speed, do more crystal.
They've lost the innocence. They've lost the freedom to be young, the freedom to do things that they used to do because they don't know how to sometimes. It's hard to have fun in the way that you did when you were a kid, when you're thinking about where your next meal is and where your next fix is.
You're wandering around, not sleeping, no place to shower. You got dirt all underneath your hands are black. You know, crap, your feet are, you know, smell. Teeth are definitely not getting brushed, and now you're putting the speed and the crystal and all that. On top of that, you're gnawing like that, and it's just, you know, your gums will start bleeding.
A lot of times kids have to hit rock bottom before they're ready to make a decision. Some of the kids that we've seen have hit rock bottom and they have totally decided either I'm going to die or I'm going to make a decision in my life to change it. And they do. It's slow and often there's relapse and frequently it hurts more than it's worth sometimes to actually try to get back into a stable setting, into a home. And it feels very funny fitting into a home when you've been living on the streets for a long time.
When you come off the drug, you're like, oh, I'm never gonna do it again. And then someone else pops up and they're like, hey, guess what I got? And you're like, whoa, you know, I'll just do a little bit less.
Hey, good job today, guys. Thank you.